Hi, this is Trey Pastor. I wanted to do a review of Iron Fist as I promised in my vlog. I saw Iron Fist over the weekend, well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Watched 3 episodes on Friday, kind of fell out. Watching several other episodes. Then I watched from 4 to 9, I think, on Saturday. Then I watched from 10 to, the end, 13 on Sunday. Okay, now this is of course, let's say what you got: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. I guess the fourth Netflix series with the Defenders characters. Danny Rand, of course, is Iron Fist. Now, of course, I read comics as a kid, so I was looking forward to the Danny Rand story. I know a little bit about Iron Fist. I read a little bit of the comics when I was a kid. Okay, so basically, this story is about Danny Rand, who returns to New York City after missing for 10 years. Actually, what happened was his father ran a corporation with his best friend, Hal Meacham, and while they were, I think, going overseas, the family, Danny, his mother and father, there was a plane, something with their plane. There was an incident, it went down, and his parents died. He survived the plane crash and got raised basically by monks who taught him, kung fu and the ways, of the Iron Fist. And literally, he became the Iron Fist. Was like the living weapon, who was supposed to defend against the hand, an evil group and stuff, and protect Kunlu, the place where he was raised. Okay, but Danny, returns to New York City after being missing for I think 15 years. He returns home, trying to reconnect with his family and with his friends that he grew up with. Yeah, he grew up with Ward Meacham and Joy Meacham, played by Tom Pefferly. Pefferly, that's his name. He played Ward Meacham, and Jessica Stroup, who played Joy Meacham, who I didn't know was in this movie, in this series, of course. So he tries to reconnect with them, and first, of course, they don't believe he's who he says he is. Okay, and basically the plot of this, he's trying to reconnect with his past and his family legacy, and of course he fights against the criminal element, the Hand, in this series. And I'm not going to put too many spoilers in this because I think what's going to happen is I'm going to do probably a hangout probably over the weekend, hopefully with Falagar and a few other guys. So I just want to tell you my general thoughts of the series. Okay, I like this series a lot. I liked it a lot. I mean, it wasn't perfect, no, by any means. But I thought Finn Jones, who plays Danny Rand, who I only knew from Game of Thrones, I thought he did a good job as Danny Rand. I didn't detect any of his English accent and stuff, so I thought he did a good job as Danny Rand, who was a bit naive in certain times and stuff. But I think that was more of the plot, having his character be naive and stuff. But I thought he did really good in the action scenes and the emotional scenes and stuff as well. So I thought he did a good job. And then you also have Jessica Henwick, who played Colleen Wing, basically a character he meets when he's just gotten back to New York, and she runs a dojo, and she's teaching these young students how to do karate and all that stuff and stay out of trouble. And he kind of meets her in the park and stuff, and they kind of become friends and more than that, of course, obviously. And I thought Jessica Henwick did a good job as Colleen Wing. Her part is a lot more complicated, and as it goes along, you see there's a lot of twists and turns with her character. And I thought the actress Jessica Henwick, I thought she was really good because she had a lot of fight scenes as well, and I think she did good as an actress. The first thing I've ever seen her in, and I thought she did a good job as well. And of course, Jessica Stroup, who I've known from 90210 and various movies and stuff like that, I thought she did a good job as Joy Meacham. She was like her character. They knew her character of Joy, and Tom Pefferly's character of Ward Meacham. They knew Danny Rand when he was a little kid, and Ward kind of bullied him. Joy was like his friend, and so they play the grown up versions of these characters. And Joy is a hard charging lawyer. They work for the Rand Corporation. They run it basically, and of course I think Jessica Stroup did a good job, especially because her character, a lot of her character was like kept in the dark for a lot of what was going on and stuff, but she was still really fiercely loyal to her brother. I liked the bond, and I think I liked the chemistry between her and Tom Pefferly, his brother and sister. They were a tight group who always kind of depended on each other. And I think Tom Pefferly did a great job as Ward Meacham. This is a character who was like a strong guy, and he really depended on his sister for a lot of things, but his whole world was falling apart because of various reasons, which, like I said, when I do my spoiler, you'll see exactly why his character is like falling apart. Not only because Danny came back and Danny wants what's rightfully his legacy, which is the company, his 51%, but for other factors. Okay, and then there was another character, an actor, a British actor. I believe him. I saw him in 300. David Wenham. He plays Harold Meacham, the father of Joy and Ward Meacham. And now his character is his, without spoiling it, his character, his most of his scenes are with Ward Meacham, and he plays a really good. He's like one of the chief antagonists in this, and I thought the actor David Wenham did a great job because his character at times is very complex. It's not just a straight villain. So he's very complex, and I thought he did a great job as Harold Meacham. And if, when you see the series, you know what I'm talking about. His character. A certain thing happened to his character, and then I was kind of bummed. But then something else happened, and without spoiling it, again, I thought David Wenham did a good job. Okay, and then of course the actress who was in Daredevil, and I think she was he in Luke Cage? I don't think she was in Luke Cage or Jessica Jones, but who played Madame Gao, who was like who worked for the Hand, or she was in charge of the Hand. I thought she, of course, did a great job as her character. Her character was very complex and she played it perfectly to a T. Okay, she was an antagonist and she was smart and always had something and was always thinking. So I really liked her, and of course the character that links all these series was in this as well. Rosario Dawson's character, Claire Templeton, Claire Temple, she was in this as well. She comes into the series, I think, a couple of episodes in, of course, and she, of course, brings her unique sense of humor and wit and her, her medical knowledge to help the various heroes and stuff. And I thought Rosario Dawson did a good job and stuff. And I can't wait for her to see her with all the Defenders all together. I think that's going to be really good. But anyway, overall, this series, I liked it a lot because basically this story about the guy, Danny Rand, trying to reconnect to his past and the obstacles he had to face. And of course, the Hand being the villain that was more like the Hand was like in Daredevil season 2. And, they're this evil group and he's trying to fight against that as well as try to, preserve his family's legacy and try to change the company that his father founded. And then, of course, you have these other characters that have their own agendas. And I thought it played out really, really, really intensely and really well. And like I said, I was telling Falagar, I talked to him on the phone earlier today, as far as to rank these series, Daredevil, the first season, is my favorite. The second one would be Jessica Jones because I think because the guy who was the Purple Man, I forgot the British actor, his name, I can't remember his name now, but I thought he and Jessica Jones turned out to be a better series than I initially thought going in because I didn't know that much about Jessica Jones as a character, but I thought the actress did a great job as Jessica Jones, and that's where we got introduced to Luke Cage as well, and I thought that it really surprised me how good the show was, how well written it was, and how it tied it all together and stuff. And so that's my second favorite. And then I would have to say Iron Fist is next, and then Luke Cage I think would be fourth, only because there was the villain for Luke Cage I didn't like at all. The main villain for Luke Cage I didn't care two craps about him. I thought he was overacting and just not a really good villain. I thought the best villain so far is probably been the Kingpin, and I think Madame Gao I think is good as well, and I think the Purple Man is really good as a villain. And but I think and this Iron Fist I think also had some good villain character called Madame Gao, and you got Harold Meacham. You had some interesting protagonists in this. But overall, would I like to see a second series of Iron Fist after we see the Defenders sitting together in the Defenders? Sure, I definitely would. Because again, I thought Finn Jones did a good job. I thought Jessica Henwick as Colleen Wing, I thought she was really good as well. And of course, the Meachams, Jessica Stroup and Tom Pefferly, I thought they were good characters as well. And I would love to see Madame Gao again. Again, I think hopefully she'll show up in the Defenders because I think she's a great actress, a great character. So overall, I'm going to give Iron Fist a 7.8. Should I give it about 7.8? Not quite an 8. Okay, I'll give it a 7.8. Just because I liked it, but I think it could have been better. I mean, there was a lot of things going on. Like I said, I'll explain it more when I do my spoiler. Either I'm going to do a spoiler review, or I'm going to do a hangout probably over the weekend. Well, we can talk freely, and then I'll probably put that on my channel. I'm kind of do that with a bunch of other fellow YouTubers. I just want to spoil the things for people that want to watch it. Okay, again, so 7.8, I guess, for me for Iron Fist, and I'm looking forward to the Defenders with all of them together. I think that's going to be so kick-ass with all of them together in this, and I can't wait to see all the characters, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage all act together and stuff. I think it's going to be totally kick-ass. Anyway, let me know what you think of Iron Fist. What do you think of it? Did you like it or not? What didn't you like? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions, down in the description box. So please check those out. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.